Hello, grade 12 learners. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Today we will be dealing with human resource function. There are so many learners who've been requesting that I must teach human resource function. So please kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed in this channel. So without starting, before starting to teach the human resource function in all, I have to give you four important terms, four important terms. I will be giving you the definition of them, but what I will also say in the human resource function, number one, we will be dealing with what? Recruitment. I hope you are putting it in your mind. We have to know what is in recruitment. We have to know what is going on in the recruitment procedure. Number two, we will be going to what? Selection. We have to know what's happening in the selection. Then number three, we will be dealing with what? The induction. We have to know what's happening in the induction procedure. Then the last one that we will be dealing with is the placement. We have to know what is happening in the placement. So now I have to give you some few definition, which is I will give you four terms and there are four concept. And I will give you four terms and four definition. The definition that I will give you, the first one, is what? The job analysis. What is a job analysis? Can you kindly look at your screen so that you can be able to know what is a job analysis? Job analysis refers to the components of a job description and job specification as it relates to employees within an organization. It's a components of job description and job specification as it relates to what? Employees within the organization. So when they are simply saying this, they are simply saying that the job analysis, it refers to what? It has two things, which is job descriptions and job specifications. So on job specification, it's something that do what? It relates to employee within what? The organization. When we speak about job description, it's something that is happening inside the company or inside the business. Now when we speak about what? Job specification, it's something that brings the employees where? In the business or in the company. In other ways, we are simply saying that job specifications are the qualifications that are required for you for the position that you have been applying for. Now I will also give you some two before giving you what? The two concepts, let me explain what is a job description. Can you kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about? It describes the duties and responsibilities of a specific job. As I said, that job description, it describes what? The duties and what? The responsibilities of a specific job. Look at your screen again so that you can know the definition of what? Job specification. It describes the minimum acceptable personal qualities, skills, qualification needed for the job. As I explained before, I hope now you have a clue what I am talking about when I talk about what? Job analysis. Whenever you hear the word job analysis, you think of what? Job description and job specification. What is a job description? Job description, we are simply speaking about what? Duties and responsibilities in the workplace. Number one. Number two, when we speak about what? Job specifications, we are speaking about what? Acceptable personal qualities, skills, qualifications needed for what? For that job. Now we go to what? The other two terms that you need to know. I will be giving you what? The external recruitment and the internal recruitment. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what is what? Internal recruitment. Refers to the use of internal source to advertise vacancies within the organization. This is what? Internal recruitment. It refers to what? A source, an internal source to advertise vacancy within the what? The business or the organization. People who are already in the organization, but there's a post that is being what? Advertised. Now let's go to what? External recruitment. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what is external recruitment. It refers to the use of externally sourced to advise vacancies within the organization. It refers to what? A use of external, which is outside the business. It's something that is from what? Within the business, but now the post is open for what? Even people who are not in the business. Those are the definitions that Those are the definitions that I wanted to give you. Those are the definitions that I wanted to give you. Now we go to what? Human resource activities. We have to know what are the human resource activities. Number one, we will be dealing with what? Recruitment, as I said. What is the meaning of recruitment? Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what is recruitment in all. What is the meaning of recruitment? Recruitment is the process used by businesses to identify vacancies in the business and attract suitable candidates for it. Number two, it aims at finding candidates who have the necessary knowledge, experience, qualification to fill the vacancy. Number three, business may choose to use an internally or externally method of the recruitment depending on the nature or recruitment of the vacancy. So that's the meaning of what? Recruitment. That's the meaning of what? Recruitment. When we speak about recruitment, we are speaking about what? The process that is used by businesses to identify the vacancy in the business and attract a suitable candidate for it. I hope you understand. Now we move forward to what? Recruitment procedure. You are going to pass your final examination because you start doing these notes from grade 10. Human resource function is something that starts in grade 10. So whenever, if you are in grade 10, 11 and 12, you are safe. And those ones who are upgrading their metric, even those ones who are at what? University level, you are also safe. Even teachers, someone who's teaching, they do need this information that I'm giving now. Now we move to what? The recruitment procedure. We have to know what is the recruitment procedure. The human resource manager should evaluate the job, prepare a job analysis that includes the job specification or job description. They prepare what? When we speak about what? A recruitment procedure, they prepare what? A job analysis and what? The include, which is include what? The job specification and job what? Description. In order to do what? Identify the recruitment need. Whenever there is a recruitment procedure, they have to prepare a job analysis. What is under job analysis? There is what? Job specification and job description. Remember, now they want to do what? This is a recruitment procedure. I want you to listen to this intensively. Number one, they are in what? A human resource. They are in recruitment procedure. They want to recruit the employees. First of all, they have to do what? Identify or prepare the job analysis. What is a job analysis? When we speak about job analysis, we are speaking about something that include what? Job specification and job description. So what are they doing now? They find the job description that this position, they find the job specification that the position that is opened or the job that is opened, it needs someone who has these skills, these duty, these skills, these qualifications. I hope you understand it. That's what a job, that's what a recruitment procedure. They sit down. Now there is a position that is opened, but they are not employing. First, they have to what? They have to prepare a job analysis. Under job analysis, there is what? Job specification and job description. So now they have to look at the position. After looking at the position, now they have to do what? Look for the best candidates that they will fit to what? To this recruitment or to this position. I keep quiet because I want it to enter in your mind. Number two, they do what? They choose a method of what? Recruitment, e.g. internally recruitment or externally recruitment. To reach what? To reach the target. To reach the target of what? The suitable candidate or the applicant. I hope you understand. They now do what? After finding that, okay, we need a person that has grade 12, we need a person that has a certain qualification. Now we have to do what? Choose the method of what? Recruitment. Remember, I said there are two methods of recruitment. There's internally recruitment and externally recruitment. So now they have to sit down and see, okay, the person that we are needing, we may find this person in this company, or we have to go what? Externally. That's what they are doing. Number 3, can you kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about? If internally recruitment is unsuccessful, externally recruitment should be considered, which is here. They start with what? Internally recruitment. But if the internal recruitment is unsuccessful, now external recruitment has to be what? Has to be considered, which is now they have to do what? Go externally and looking for the best candidate for that position, which is always they start with what? Internal recruitment. But if they see that in the internal recruitment, the employee that we are looking for, or the candidate that we are looking for, or the applicant that we are looking for is not around the business, now they have to do what? Go outside and look for the best candidate that they may find. Now I have to give you what? The difference. The difference between what? Job description and job specification. I hope in your mind already you have a clue what I am talking about when I talk about what? Job description and job specification. The difference between the job specification and job description. Can you kindly look at your screen right now? I will start to give you what? Job description. Look at your screen. Job description describes duties, responsibilities of a specific job. Summary of the nature or type of job. I hope you understand when we speak about what? Job description. A job description, it describes the duties that you have to perform in the workplace, that you have to perform in the business, and the responsibilities, what you will be doing there. That's a job description of that specific job. Now let's move forward to what? Job specification. When we speak about job specification, can you kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about? Job specification, it specifies the minimum acceptable personal qualities, skills, qualifications needed for that job. That's the difference between what? Job description and job specification. Job specifications do what? Specify the minimum acceptable personal qualifications, qualities, skills needed for that specific job. I hope you understand. Let's say in the exam they will say, give us the difference between what? Between job description and job specifications. You say that job description describes what? Duties, responsibilities of that specific what? Specific job. Job specification, it specifies the minimum of what? Of the acceptable personal qualifications, skills, and qualities needed for what? For that job. You go with your 4 marks, 2 split marks. Now we move forward to what? To the types or method of recruitment. Internally recruitment and externally recruitment. Now we have to know what, when we speak about what? Internally recruitment and externally recruitment, what are we speaking about? Can you kindly look at your screen? First, I will give you what? External recruitment. What does external recruitment refer to? Look at your screen. Refers to the use of internally sourced to advertise vacancy. inside the business. Now it's clear. It refers to what? It refers to the use of internally to advertise what? Vacancies inside the business. It's not outside the business, which is a person that is outside the business does not have a chance of applying for what? For the job that was what? Internally recruitment. But people who have a job, people who have an opportunity of applying for what? This job, it's people who are already in the business. Now we move what? We move to the source of internally recruitment. What are the source of internally recruitment? How do they do the internally recruitment? Look at your screen so that I can name the source that they've been did by what? The internally recruitment. Source of internally recruitment. They do what? Internally emails. That's number one. They do what? Internally emails, which is they will send the email to what? People who are already in the business that there is a vacancy, so and so. Number two, word of mouth. They use what? Word of mouth, which is they go around the employees and tell them about the vacancy. Number three, business newsletters. They do what? Business newsletters. Or they do what? Internal or management referrals. Number four, notice board of the business. Number five, recommendation of current employee. Number six, head hunting within the business or organization database. They hunt within what? The business or the organization database, which is they will be looking that we have how many employees and which one can we choose here, which one can be the best candidate for the appointment or for the vacancy that is opened. Now we move what? To the impact of internal recruitment, because impact, they are there of doing internal recruitment. We have to know their positive impact and the negative impact. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what are the impact of what? Internal recruitment. It is cheaper to fill the post. That's what the advantage or the positive. It's cheaper and quick to fill the post, or it's quick to fill the post. Number two, provides employees for career paths within the business. It provides what? Opportunities for career paths within the business. Number three, reduce the chance of losing employees. It also do what? Reduce the chance of losing what? Employees, because some other employees may feel offended if ever they will take someone who's outside the business for the position that they do qualify. Number four, placement is easy as management knows the employee skills. Well, so which is the placement is very easy because the management knows what the employee skills, as they spoke about what? Going to the database or head hunting within the business. Now, number five, the employee already has what? An understanding of how the business operates. The employee already has what? The understanding of how the business operates. Now we go to what? The negative impact of what? Internal recruitment. Kindly look at your screen again so that you can see what we are talking about when we talk about what? The negative impact of what? The internal recruitment. Negative or disadvantage of what? Internal recruitment. It may close the door to new ideas from outside. It may close the door to new ideas from who? From outside. Number two, employees who are not promoted may feel demotivated. That's the negative impact of what? Internal recruitment. Number four, the promotion of employee could cause resentment among other employees. Then number five, the business has to spend more money on training or developing existing employees on the new position. I hope you understand now the positive and the negative recruitment of what internally recruitment. Now we move to what externally recruitment. What is externally recruitment? Kindly look at your screen. Externally recruitment refers to the use of externally sourced to advertise vacancies outside the business. It refers to what the source of externally to advertise the vacancy outside the business. Now let us go to the source of what the external recruitment. How do they do the external recruitment? Number one, can you kindly look at your screen so that you can see what we are talking about? They use what? Billboards. That's number one. Number two, electronic media, e.g. radio. They can advertise the post in the radio or TV. Number three, social media. Number four, walk-ins. Number five, networking. Number six, educational training institution. Number five, they also use what? The word of mouth, which is even these ones, they do use what? The word of mouth. So now let us move forward to what? The externally recruitment impact. What are the impact of external recruitment? Remember, we have covered what does internal recruitment refer to. Number two, we spoke about what the source of internal recruitment. Number three, we spoke about what the impact of what internal recruitment, which is positive and negative. Now we came to what? We spoke about what the external recruitment refers to. We spoke about what the source of external recruitment. Now we move forward to what? The impact of external recruitment. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see the positive impact and the negative impact. The positive: new candidates bring new talent, ideas, experience, skills into the business. Number two, there is a large pool of candidates to choose from, which is there will be many people that you can choose from as you will be advertising the post to what? External, which is it's open for everyone. You can get so many candidates. Minimize unhappiness or conflict amongst current employees who may have applied for the post. It will do what? Minimize the unhappiness or conflict among current employees who may have applied for the post. Number four, there is a better chance of getting a suitable candidate with the required qualifications who do not need much training. So that's what the positive impact of what? Of the external recruitment. Now let's go to the negative impact of external recruitment. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what we are talking about. The negative of external recruitment: information on CVs or reference may not be reliable. They may doing what? They may return the lies there. Number two, many unsuitable applications can slow down the selection process, which is many people who don't qualify, they may be applying for that vacancy, and that thing, it will do what? Slow down the selection process. Number three, new candidates generally take long to adjust to a new work environment. They take long to do what? Adjust to a new work environment. Number four, externally source can be expensive. It can be expensive because they have to do what? The newspapers, magazines, and so forth and so on, or a recruitment agency. So it may be expensive. So that's what we are talking about when we talk about what? The external recruitment and the internal recruitment when it comes to negative and positive. Now we move to what? We move to the selection procedure. Okay, at your note, you have option one. I want you to forget about what? Option one. Scratch option one and now focus on what? Option two. On your note, you have option one and option two. I want you to forget of what? Option one and know option two. And remember, Option 2, it will be in your final examination. 2024 matriculants. Option 2 will be what? In your final examination. Now, let us look at option 2. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about. Receive documentation. It's whereby they do what? They receive documentation, e.g., it can be what? Applications forms. Number 2, evaluate CVs and create a short list. Screen the applications. This is what the selection procedure. It's where what? They select the suitable candidate. They check information in the CVs and contact reference. Number 4, conduct interviews within shortlisted candidates. This is a selection procedure. Now they are doing what? They are doing the selection procedure. Number 5, offer employment in writing to the selected candidate. So this is what? A selection procedure. Whenever you see the word selection in your examination, you must think of what? Receiving the documentation, evaluating of what? The CVs, and create what? A short list or screen the applicants, and then check information in the CVs and contact the reference, conduct interview within shortlisted candidates, and then offer employment in writing to the selected candidates. So that's what we are talking about. Now I want us to deal with what? Option 1. But I started to deal with what? Option 2, because 2024 matriculants, you are going to get your option 2 in your final examination. Look at your screen and deal with option 1. They do what? They determine fair assessment criteria on which selection will be based on. Number 2, applicants must submit the application forms. That's what the option 1 it is talking about. Number 3, compile a short list of potential candidate identified. That's what we are talking about when we talk about option 1. Now we move to what? Screening as part of the selection procedure. Now we move to what? Screening. Screening is also what? The part of procedure. Can you kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about? They will be doing what in screening as part of the selection procedure? They will be checking application documents against the requirements of the job. Now they are screening that, does this person qualify for this vacancy? Number 2, candidates who meet the minimum requirements are separated from others, which is candidate that meets the minimum requirements, they will be what? Separated from who? From the ones that who their document is against the the requirements of the job. Now, number 3, do background checks of applicants who qualify for the job, which is here they will be checking whether does this candidate have the criminal record, does the candidate qualify for this specific job. Number 4, prepare a short list of suitable candidate after screening, which is they will do what? They will prepare a short list of suitable candidates after what? After screening. So now we move to what? The interview. We have to know what is the purpose of the interview. So kindly look at your screen so that you can see what is the purpose of what? The interview. I hope everyone is going to pass their examination and you are going to remember me. If you don't listen, you are going to remember me. I said option 2. You will find it in your examination. If you don't listen, you are going to remember me. So now let's go to what? The purpose of an interview. Let us go to what? The purpose of the interview. Number 1, kindly look at your screen. To determine a candidate's suitability for the job. That's the purpose of what? The interview. Number 2, to obtain information about the strengths to obtain information about the strengths and weakness of each candidate. That's what the purpose of the interview. Number 3, matches information provided by the applicant to the job requirements. Now we move to what? Role of an interviewer when preparing and before the interview. Now we move to what? Role of what? The interviewer when doing what? Preparing or before the interview. Remember, I first did the video, the last video that you are seeing where I'm wearing a red t-shirt. I was giving you the question that you are going to be asked. So you are going to get this in your final examination. Role of what? The interviewer when preparing or before the interview. In your final examination, 2024 matriculants, you are going to get it. And you are going to remember me. You will remember me. You are going to remember me. So now we will be dealing with what? The role of the interviewer when preparing or before the interview. Let's look at your screen. Book and prepare the venue for the interview. It do what? The interviewer do what? Book and prepare the venue for the interview. Number 2, inform all shortlisted candidates about the date and place of what? Of the interview. Then number 3, refer the CV of every candidate for anything that may need to be explained. Number 4, allocate the same amount of time to interview each candidate on the program. That's what the role of the interviewer when preparing what? When preparing or before the interview. You are going to find it in your final examination. Now we move to what? The role of what? Of the interviewer and interviewee during the interview. Remember, I said the interviewee does not have what? A role before, but the interviewer have a role before the interviewer and during the interview. But the interviewee does not have what? A role before what? The interview. It has what? A role during the interview. So that's the difference between those two candidates. You are going to get it in your final examination. Role of the interviewer and interviewee during the interview. Number 1, the role of what? The interviewer during the interview. Kindly look at your screen. They allocate the same amount of time to each candidate. It allocates what? The same amount of time to each candidate. Number 2, make the interviewee feel at ease. Number 3, do not mislead the interviewee. Number 4, close the interview by thanking the interviewee for attending the interview. That's the role of what? The interviewer during the interview. Now we move to what? The role of the interviewee during the interview. Number 1, greet the interviewer by name with a solid handshake and a friendly smile. Number 2, listen carefully to the question before responding. Number 3, make eye contact and have good body language. Number 4, show confidence and have a positive attitude. Number 5, thank the interviewer for the opportunity given to be part of the interviews. You are going to get that in your final examination. And you are going to remember me. Some of you will come back to this channel and say, wow, Mr. Hlungwan, you were not lying. We found what you were talking about. Now, we move to what? The meaning of employment contract. 2024 matriculants, you are going to get it. The meaning, there is a question that you will be asked that what is a meaning of what? Employment contract. In your final exam, you are going to get that. Look at your screen so that you can see what is what employment contract. Is an agreement between the employer and the employee and is legally binding. It is what? Employment contract is an agreement between the employer and the employee and is legally binding. Now we move to what? The asset that business should include in an employment contract. We have to know what are the assets that the business should include in the employment contract. Number one, kindly look at your screen. Personal details of the employee must be in the employment contract. Details of the business or employer, e.g. name, address, must be in what? In the employment contract. Job description. The employment contract must tell you what are you going to work with, which is working condition or duties. It must be what? Included in the employment contract. Job specification, e.g. formal qualification, willingness to travel. It must be what? Included in the employment contract. Hours of work. It must be included in employment contract, e.g. the hours of work, they must include the normal time and the overtime. Now they must also include the remuneration. Weekly or monthly payment, they must include what? The salary in the employment contract. Benefit or fringe benefit, which is the allowance, they must be what? Included. Leave, sick leave, maternity leave, annual leave, adoption leave must be what? Included in the employment contract. Period of contract or detail of termination must also be included in employment contract. Probation period. What is a probation period? It must also be what? Included in the employment contract. When we speak about probation period, we are simply speaking about that is when they assess that you are suitable for the position. That also must be included. The last thing that they must not forget in the employment contract, the signature of both the employer and the employee must be what? Included in the employment contract. Now we move forward to what? The legal recruitment, the legal requirements of the employment contract. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about. The employer and the employee must both sign what? The contract. This is what legal requirements of the employment contract. Something that is legal that must be done in the employment contract. The employer and the employee must both sign the employment contract. Employer and employee must agree to any changes to the employment contract. Number 3. No party may unilaterally change accept of the employment contract. Number 4, the remuneration package include benefits must be clearly indicated. Those are the what? Legal requirements of the employment contract. So without what I have counted now, there's no what? The employment contract. Now we move to what? The reasons for the termination or the terminating of an employment contract. We have to know what is the reason for what? The terminating of what? The contract, the employment contract. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what I am talking about. The employer may dismiss an employee for valid reason. They will obviously terminate the contract if the employer dismiss the employee for a valid reason. Number 2, employee decide to leave and resign volunteer. They will also do what? terminate the employment contract. So those are some other reasons that can make to lead to what? Terminating of an employment contract. Now we go to what? The induction. Induction 2024 matriculants. You are going to get it in your final examination. Let me just give you the meaning of induction and you are going to remember me. You are going to remember me. Meaning of induction. Number one, employees are informed about the processes of the business or the procedures of business. They must inform what the employees about the processes of the business. Number two, new employees should have a basic knowledge of what is expected in the job. Then the purpose of induction. What is the purpose of induction? Introduce new employees to management or colleagues to establish relationship with fellow colleagues at different levels. Number two, give new employees a tour information about the layout of the building office. Then number three, make new employees feel welcome by introducing them to their physical workspace. Number four, improve skills through in-service training. Number five, explain safe regulations and rules so that new employees will understand their role, responsibilities in the regard. Then the last one, ensure that employees understand their role or responsibilities so that they will be more efficient and productive. So those are some other things that you must know in the purpose of induction, and you are going to get it in your final examination. I repeat this, you are going to get it in your final examination. Then let's move forward to what the aspects of, to be included in an induction program. What are the aspects that must be included in the induction program? Can you kindly look at your screen right now so that you can see what Mr. Hlungwane is talking about? Introduction to key people and immediate colleagues. That's an introduction of what that is. Those are the aspects to be included in an induction program. Is what the introduction to key people and immediate colleagues. Number two, safe regulations and rules must be what included. And then overview of the business must be included. Tour of the premises must be included. Discussion of employment contract must also be included. Discussion of of employee benefits must be also included. Information about the business product must also be included. Now the last one, the condition of employment, e.g., which is work hours or working hours, must also be what? Included. In what? Induction. The aspect that must be what? Included. Now we move where? To the benefit of induction. We have to know what are the benefit of induction. So now this is different. Induction does not have what? The negative impact. It only has what? The positive impact or the advantages only. It does not have what? The negative impact. So the benefit of induction, number one, kindly look at your screen. New employees may establish relationships with fellow employees at different levels. Number two, new employees will understand their role, responsibilities concerning safety regulations and rules. Number three, increase quality of performance or productivity. Those are the things that they will be positive when it comes to what the benefit of induction. Now we move to what? Let me just give you the note. Business must benefit from including new employees. Do not confuse the purpose of induction with the benefit. Remember, this is making you understand that there are no negative impact. Businesses must do what? Benefit from including new employees. Do not confuse the purpose of induction with the business. I hope you understand. Do not confuse what? The purpose of induction with the benefits. Remember that induction, we are talking about screening, so forth and so on, but the benefits, they are on their own side. You understand? So you are going to get it in your final examination. Now we move to what? Placement. What is the meaning of placement? Look at your screen. Selected candidates are placed where they will function optimal and add value to business. Number 2, a specific job is assigned to the selected candidate. That's what the placement. Now they are taking the employee to put him or her in that position. Now we move to what? Placement procedure. What is the placement procedure? Now I was giving you the meaning of what the placement, but now we are going to what? Placement procedure. Kindly look at your screen so that you can see what is placement procedure. Employer should outline specific responsibilities, expectation of the employee or of the new employee. Number 2, determine the employee's strength, weakness, skills, interest by subjecting him to various psychometric tests. That's a placement procedure. Now we move forward to what? The importance of training or skills development in human resource management, or HRM. Number 1, look at your screen. The employee who receives the necessary training is more able to perform in their job. Number 2, the investment in training that a company makes show employees that they are valued. Number 3, ongoing training and upskilling of the workforce encourages creativity. Now we move to what? The salary of determination method. There is a salary of determination method. When we speak about the salary of determination method, we are speaking about the piecemeal and the time related. Time related and piecemeal. That's what the salary determination method. Distinction between what? Piecemeal and time related salary determination is that when we go to piecemeal, kindly look at your screen. Workers are paid according to the number of items or unit produced, action performed, which is the employees. They are paid according to what? The items that they made. For an example, Hector is working at what? Hector's shop, and there today he produces 100 juices, so he must be paid 100 rand. Then tomorrow Hector goes to work and produce 150 juices. He's now going to be paid what? 150 rands. Now Hector goes to work after 3 days. Then he produces 50 juices. Hector will be paid how many juices? How many rands? Will be paid 50 rands. So that's what we are talking about when we speak about what piecemeal you are paid according to the items that you have made. Then time related. Let us hear what is time related. Time related, workers are paid for the amount of time they spend at work on or on task, which is here. Whether you produce 100 items today, tomorrow you produce 50 items, day number 3 you produce 1,000 items. If you are getting paid 12,000 a month, you are still going to be paid 12,000 a month. Now the link between the salary determination and the Basic Condition Employment Act. What is the link? Number 1, look at your screen. Basic Condition Employment Act outlines legislators such as the employment contract, which may affect the salary determination. That's the link between the Basic Condition Employment Act. Then the link number 2 that is there, payment of salaries should be based whether the employee is permanent or the employee, or employed on fixed contract, which is the employee is not permanent there. So that's the link between what? These two things. Now we go to what? The benefits. We have what? We have fringe benefits. We will be dealing with fringe benefits. That's number 1. And you are going to find it in your final examination. Metric 2024. You are going to find it in your final examination. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You are going to get it. Now we move to what? Fringe benefits. Look at your screen. Example of fringe benefit in the workplace. Number 1, medical aid fund. That's number 1. Or a healthy insurance fund. Number 2, pension fund. Number 3, provident fund. Number 5, funeral benefits. Those are what? Fringe benefit. Car allowance, clothing allowance. That's what? The fringe benefit, which is something that is not compulsory. Number 2, we move to what? Which is 8.2. We move to what? Benefits of required by the law. Benefits that are what? Required by the law. Number 1, the employer and the worker each contribute 1%. You will get this in your final examination. Employees must pay an employment insurance contribution of 2% of the value of each worker's salary per month. These are the benefits that are required by what? By the law. The fund the fund also assists the dependents of a contributing worker who has died. This is a compulsory benefits. Contribution are paid to what? The unemployed insurance fund, which is UIF, or the South African Revenue Service, which is SARS. Those are benefit what? Those are compulsory benefit, which are required by law. Now we move forward to what? 8.3, which is the impact of fringe benefit on a business. It has what? Only the it has what? The positive and the negative. The impact of what? The fringe benefit, it has what? Positive and negative. Number 1, kindly look at your screen. Improves productivity, resulting in high profitability. That's number 1. Then number 2, attractive fringe benefit packages may result in higher employee retention or reduce employee turnover. Those are what? A positive impact. Fringe benefit can be used to leverage for salary negotiations. Those are other what positive impact when it comes to what? When it comes to fringe benefit. Now we move to what? We move to negative impact. On the negative impact, we have what? Businesses who cannot offer fringe benefit can fail to attract skilled workers. Number 2, it can create conflict or lead to what? Corruption if allocated unfairly. Number 3, fringe benefits are additional costs that may result in cash flow problems. Number 3, decreases business profit as incentive package or salary costs are high. Those are the negative impact when it comes to what? Fringe benefit. Now we move to what? Number 9, which is what? The implication of act on the human resource function. The implication of act on what? Human resource function. Look at your screen. Promote resolution and labor disputes. That is the act. The implication of the act on the human resource function. We speak about what? The promote of resolution of what? Labor disputes. Number 2, protect the right of employee or employer as outlined in what? Constitution. Number 3, advance economic development or social justice or labor peace. Then number 4, provides the unresolved disputes to what? To be referred to labor court or labor appeal court. Those are the things that are what? Implication of what? The law on human resource function. Now they are doing what? Remember, the human resource functions deals of what? The recruitment. So which is they may be unfair treatment of the employees or the employer. So they have an act that is protecting them. They can refer to their matter to what? The labor court, which is must be the one that will be taking over the unresolved what? Cases or unresolved conflict or unresolved matters. Now we go to what? The implementation of what? The Employment Equity Act on the human resource function. The implication of what? Of the Employment Equity Act. Remember, when we speak about the Employment Equity Act, we are speaking about what? The equal opportunities. Now, let us hear what is in what? The implication of what? The Employment Equity Act on the human resource function. Number 1, equal payment for work or equal values, which is employees must be paid the equal salary or the payment of equal value. Ensure that affirmative action promotes deserved in the workplace. Number 3, define the appointment process clearly to what? Ensure all parts are well informed. Comply. Employment equity plan that indicates how they will implement the affirmative action. Now we move forward to what? The implementation of what? The Skills Development Act, which is SDA, on the human resource function. Kindly look at your screen. It contributes 1% of their salary bill of the what? The Skills Development Act leave. Number 2, ensure that training in the workplace is formalized or structured. Number 3, appoint a full or part-time consulting as a skills development facilitator. That's what we are talking about when we talk about what? Implication of the Skills Development Act, which is SDA. Now we will be moving forward on the what implication of basic, implication of what the Basic Condition of Employment Act, which is BCEA, on what? On the human resource function. Number 1, look at your screen. Workers must receive double if they work during public holidays or Sundays. Workers must receive what? Double payment if they do what? Work during the public holidays or Sundays. Number 2, they must have a break of 60 minutes after 5 hours of work. Remember, the candidate must have what? They must have a break of 60 minutes, which is the employees must be given what? 60 minutes break, which is 1 hour after working what? 5 hours, which is each and every after 5 hours the employees must have what? The 1 hour lunch or break. That's a must. That's what the Basic Condition of Employment Act. Then number 3, businesses should not employ children under the age of 60. Number 4, workers can take up to 6 weeks pay leave during a 36-month cycle. We are done with today's notes. I hope you are going to pass your final examination with distinctions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share this channel to everyone you know that need a help when it comes to their studies. This channel is going to help you very much in your studies. Good luck with your examination. Danko.